Do you ever feel like you have so much to do that it's just overwhelming and you don't even really know where to begin? Me too. I tend to want to do too much, or imagine, fantasize about what I'm going to get done, and then when it doesn't happen, I feel kind of let down with myself. I am still decluttering, and I have a big pile of things that I'm decluttering. I'm going to go through it because, as I mentioned last time, I've made some mistakes, and I've already found 3 shirts that I had in my declutter pile because I had decided I shouldn't be wearing shirts that have things on the front of them, which is silly. I realized I like those shirts. I'm going to keep those shirts. Today's shirt says, "It is well with my soul." This is a lamp that I bought at a thrift store. I was trying it out in my entry. I didn't like it. This is the light that was in the laundry room that we took out and replaced. This is a brand new rug. I bought this for the porch. As soon as I saw it, I thought, I don't like that, but maybe I'm wrong. I should have sent it back. Socks that are too big. Every year I keep thinking I'll wear this again, and I don't. It's a nice hooded sweatshirt. Maybe somebody else will like it. This is a skirt I used to really love. I used to wear it all the time. So I wore it recently to church and I didn't feel like I looked good in it. Pillow I keep trying to use. I just end up not liking it. I bought this at the thrift store thinking it'd be really good. But then when I looked at the recipes, which I should have done in the thrift store, I realized, I don't like those. And 20 years ago I used to use these all the time. These are these lettuce salad plates. Oh, here's some Easter decorations. I ended up not liking. Jug, whatever. Redid the laundry room. I don't like that anymore. This is one of those things you see at the thrift store, you think, oh, and then you never use it. Oh, I don't think I'm going to donate that after all. I'm going to keep that. Socks that don't work. This is something that I used at a time or two. Salad dressing, so like all the proportions. It's a really good idea, but I don't use it. I forget I have it. I thought I had a steamer. I couldn't find it, so I bought another steamer, and then when I cleaned out under the cabinet down in the bathroom downstairs, I found it, so I don't need to. And something outside, a laundry bag I don't need. I had a video earlier this year where I said, no more hauls, no more hauls. But no, I'm not going to have any haul videos. But since I'm going to doing videos that are more about my life, what I'm doing, you know, kind of mixed topic videos, sometimes I might show you a haul. I mentioned that I am collecting DVDs, and I went to Savers and I got a really great group, and some of these movies are ones that I had really been wanting to watch the last 6 months. This is one of my favorite movies ever, and I was really excited to get a Blu-ray version of it, Joyful Noise. This is a movie that I'll watch when I need to be uplifted. Then I went to Barnes & Noble, which is just like my fun thing to do, and sometimes I just get longing to go there. I just took the afternoon on Saturday and went down, and last week I talked about that I had accidentally donated a vintage copy of Secret Garden, which I just felt sick about. Well, Barnes & Noble had this really neat version of it. It looks like it's leather, but it's not. It's fake leather, but it's got a tulle design in it. And it's got a nice inside cover, but it's got all the original art, and I think it's just laid out really well, and it's got the gold edge. I have been thinking about buying this for probably a year and a half. There was something about telling you that story made me, I'm just gonna go down and get it. I have wanted to read something from an author that I haven't read before, and I came across these. It was over by the Classics. I read a lot of books. And then I bought these bookmarks, so I thought those were pretty. Okay. I am thinking this is the one that was Grandma's. My cousins, Joyce or Connie, if you see this, does this look familiar to you? Was this up in Grandma Warner's house? Because my memory is that somehow we ended up with it. And Dad used it for a while. But on the other hand, I have memories of being in this chair when my mother was reading stories to me as a child. So I'm just kind of confused about the details. If you watch this video, maybe one of you could tell me, was this ever in Grandma's house, or was this just always my mother's? Okay, so let's see if I put... 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 Okay, so let's It's over here. Ignore my floors. Everything is dirty. Because the floors haven't been cleaned since before I was working on the laundry room. Ow. There's my rib. Doesn't take much. So, goes there. This is what I was afraid of. What I can do, I know what I can do. I can keep this in the office. If you watched my last video, I was talking about what I want to do in the office. And one of the things I was talking about was having a chair in there to read. Let's just get going with this, okay? Then I remind myself that I can't possibly do it all myself. I just can't. I don't have the physical ability. So, don't complain, Roseanne. Don't complain. Be grateful. Always keep yourself in a mindset of being grateful. Do any of you have children and grandchildren living with you? Like, where are all my cups? They're downstairs. Why do I need to go get them? They have their own kitchen down there with their own things. Why do they keep taking mine? Ah. So one thing I run into when I do the dishes, when I open the drawers for the silverware and stuff, I see crumbs down there. It needs to be wiped out. And then I'm wanting to wipe it out, and then I feel bad that I'm not wiping it out, and bad that I can't, and I can't right now. I just can't do it. There's always a lot of conflict in me all the time about everything. It's not as clean. It's not clean enough. It doesn't feel clean enough. Life struggles. This is real life. So, Avery's gonna need to be picked up here. Let me see if I can get these last little bit of things done before or put away before I have to go up there. Okay, there she is. Because it's really hard for me to grow real flowers on this porch, and I have tried repeatedly. We tried having drip lines, but they just don't work. And I like flowers on here. I've just got some fake flowers down here. And this is where I took that rug off that I'm donating. It just looked really bad here. And I'm just gonna go ahead and forget about decorative rugs.
That's my mom's cup.
I know.
For you.
It should be downstairs, but it's up here.
My teacher told me after summer break, I go to first grade.
You got it out, you go put it away.
What are you even trying to film for those people?
Kind of what I'm doing.
Cleaning the kitchen?
Yeah. So I've been reading The Secret Garden, and it has made me want to do some yard work more than ever. So I don't know how this is going to go, but I am going to try working on this a little bit and see if I can actually do anything. I am stuck. I can't do any more. My poor husband's gonna come home from work and he's gonna see that and he's gonna go, what the heck? I started out Monday feeling really overwhelmed because I'd had a few weeks where I really couldn't do anything between having a fibro flare and falling down the stairs and breaking my finger and hurting my ribs. So I just felt so overwhelmed because I was so far behind. And I still am behind. But this morning I have started thinking, well, what does that even mean to be behind? That is some kind of standard that I have put in on myself, a standard that I have taken from other people I watch, like on YouTube, and how clean and on top of their home they seem to be. And that's not even fair because you know what? You never can get caught up. Today I am going to clean my floors and hope for the best. But I know as soon as the kids come home, as soon as the 6-year-old comes home, the floor is going to get dirty again. As soon as I dust is going to land again. As soon as I clean the bathroom and somebody comes in and uses it, chances are it's not going to be clean again. As soon as I clean the refrigerator out, my family is going to come along and start putting things in the wrong place and spilling things, and the refrigerator will get dirty again. As soon as we use the stove and somebody doesn't clean up behind them, then I have to come along and clean the stove. When I bake in the oven and crumbs get all over, and sometimes my family will bake in the oven and grease will go up, the oven needs to be cleaned again. As soon as I weed the yard, weeds start growing again. That's the way it is. It's just this constant cycle. Instead of being resentful and overwhelmed, I've been thinking this morning, if I change my mindset, gratitude that I have something to do, gratitude that I have a family around that creates this chaos. Isn't it wonderful? If I was living in a situation where it was just me, or just me and my husband, it would be easier to keep up, particularly if we downsized into a smaller home. But sometimes even then, I would get behind when I was having a fibromyalgia flare. It's just kind of the way it is. And as long as you have a husband and a dog and a cat and children and grandchildren living with you, it is just a happy chaos. whenever I'm doing anything, I'm serving them. I'm making their life better. Because you know how I raked out the front bed? And I was worried because I didn't have the ability to clean up the mess. I was in danger of getting overtired, and then my broken finger wouldn't allow me to pick up that stuff. And I was worried about what my husband would say when he came home. So I came in and I made the bread and the banana bread. He loves banana bread so much. And then I kind of held my breath. And when he came in the door, he was like, "Oh my gosh, I'm so proud of you. I didn't expect you to do this. This is wonderful." I said, "Well, I'll need you to clean that up." "That's no problem." And he cleaned it up. And then he said, "It smells so good in here." I said, "Well, I've just made the banana bread." And my granddaughter said, "The kind with the chocolate chips?" And I said, "Yes." And she was so happy, and my family was so happy. And within a couple hours, the whole thing was gone, and they were happy. And then my daughter and my granddaughters came in and talked to me for a long time, and we talked about a situation they're facing. And it was just so nice to have them here and to feel like just by listening and talking to them and supporting them, I was doing something for them. And I could even do that when I am sick, when I'm having a bad time. So instead of being so wrapped up in my mind about my failures, if I can keep myself somehow in a mindset of gratitude that I have things I can do under any circumstances, gratitude that I have a family or that I have a home, something to maintain, that there is some service I can do, that there really is value in my world, even if I was by myself, if I was a widow and my children had moved on. Even by taking care of myself, that is something, because my life has value. I am worth taking care of, worth making my home better. I'm worth making myself good food. I'm worth that. And I think by appreciating it and serving my family, I am actually serving God. And he said that we should love him and should serve him. And then he also tells us the way to serve him is to serve other people. And I think it's also to take care of ourselves, because how marvelous it is that we have come here and we have our bodies and we have this opportunity in life. How can I wrap this video up? And I'm like, I can't, because there are always things to be done. And maybe just the conclusion that how wonderful that is. That is wrapping it up. Here's a video that YouTube has picked out especially for you. See you next time. Bye.